Welcome back to our class. Again, this is Teacher Kina, and for today, we'll be learning rounding off numbers. Okay, so in this lesson, we will know the rules of rounding off whole numbers. Okay, of course, if you know the rules of rounding off numbers, then you will learn how to round a given whole number to the nearest tens, hundreds, thousands, 10,000s, or more. Even millions or billions, you can round it off as long as you know the rules of how to do it. Right? So before we proceed, let's have the keywords. These are the words that we will mostly use in this lesson. Round off. I'm going to use that often here. So it's important for us to understand what is round off. Round off means to make a number simpler, but keeping its value close to what it is. It's either to round up or to round down. Okay, that means we'll make the number simpler to add, simpler to multiply, simpler to think, right? Simpler to calculate and more. That's the reason of we round off numbers. Okay, if you cannot understand yet what I'm talking about, this time we will learn that one and we will discuss this one further later on. Right. Next word is round up. Okay, what is round up? Round up means to round up or round down. So what is round up? Round up means to round to the nearest higher value. Like for example, the number is 79. To make this number simpler, we will round it up to the nearest value, nearest higher or lower value. But since 79, 9 is closer to 80, then we will round up, not round down. We will not round to 60 because 60 is too far from 79, but 79 is closer to 80, right? So that's how rounding off numbers is playing. Okay, so that's round up, round to the nearest higher value. Same with round down, we will round the number to the nearest lower value. Okay, it's just the opposite way. As long as we can identify the number, where is it closer? Is it closer to the higher value or the lower value? Then that's how we round off the number. Okay, we will discuss this one further later on, so never mind. Estimate, that means to find a value that is close enough to a number. Estimate. Okay, we will estimate a number. When we say estimate, that is not the exact number, but it is a number with the closest value to that specific number. Okay, let's try this another number 34. Where is 34 located in the number line below? Of course, it's in between 30 and 40. Yes. Okay, as we have mentioned, we have two options to round off, either to round down or to round it up. Okay, so if we round down 34, we will round it down to 30. But if we round it up, it will round it up to 40. So where is 34 closer? Is it closer to 30 or closer to 40? Okay, since 34 is below 5, then that means we will round it down to 30. That means 34 is closer to 30. Yeah, and is farther from 40. So that's the case. Okay, the last sample here is, let's try to round off number 27. Okay, number 27 is located where? Which part of this number line? Yes, between 20 and 30. Okay, so the options here, round down to 20 or round up to 30. So where is 27 closer? Is it to 20 or to 30? So take a look at the marker, blue marker, that's 5. If the number is below 5, then we'll round it down. But if it's above 5, then we'll round it up. And since number 27 is above 5, then we will round it up to 30. That means 27 is closer than 30 than 20. So we will round it up to 30 and not 20. Okay, so that is just a review of the basics. Okay, but how about rounding off larger numbers? And if when we round off larger numbers, we cannot use number lines anymore. So are you gonna do that? So that's what we're going to discuss here. We have rules in comparing numbers, especially larger numbers. But we can also use this in smaller numbers. First is decide which is the last digit to keep. Decide which is the last digit to keep. Second is if the next digit is less than 5, that means 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. The next digit, leave the number the same and the numbers to the right, 0. Okay, are you confused? Never mind. I'm going to discuss this one further later on. Okay, if the next digit is 5 to 9, you increase the number by 1. That means you add 1 or plus 1. And the numbers to the right, 0. Okay, all numbers to the right is 0. Okay, example here. In 73, we will round it up to 70. Round down to 70. Why not 30? Because the next number of 7 is 3. And 3 is less than 5. So that means the number should be left the same. And then you change 3 to 0. Okay, another example. If the number is 75, we will round it up to 80. Why 80? Because the next number of 7 is 5. And according to the rule, if the next digit of the underlying number is 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, then you have to add 1 of this number that was marked. So 7 plus 1 is 80, and then make all the numbers to the right 0. Okay, let's try it with bigger numbers. Okay, here 16,584. Round off to the nearest 100. Okay, 100. Do you remember the place values that we had last time? Okay, 4 is in the ones place, 8 is in tens place, and 5 is in hundreds place. So since we have to round off to the nearest hundreds, then that means we will round off up to 5. So the first rule is to decide up to what number should we leave. Okay, so that means we will copy 165. 165. Okay, so 16,005. Copy that. Now, rule number 2, it's about the next digit. Okay, so the hundred place is 5. So the next digit is, what is the next digit? Okay, that's why we copy it. Okay, the next digit is 8, right? So since the next digit is 8, if you look at this box on the right side, 8 is it's in the third rule. If it's 5 and above, the next number is 5 and above, then you have to add 1 or plus 1. The number in the 100 place. Okay, so that means plus 1 to 5. So I'm going to erase what I've written here. I just wrote it down here, so it will you will see it clearly. Why you will know why I need to change the 5. Okay, So 5 plus 1, why did we add 1 in here? Because of the next digit, 8. And 8 is included in the third row. So 5 plus 1, that becomes 6. And then after 6, all the numbers to the right will become 0. So that's 0, 8 becomes 0, and 4 becomes 0. So 16,584 will be rounded up or down? Up, because we added 1. So that means we rounded up to 16,600. That means 16,584 is closer to 6,600 than 6,500. Okay, not 500. It's closer to 600. That is why we round it up. Okay, let's try another example. Okay, 41,725. Okay, let's round off to the nearest 100. 100 again. Okay, so where is 100 here? 5 is ones, 2 is tens, 7 is 100. Okay, so again, it's 7. Okay, it's still in 100, so it's 7. Now, we're going to rule number 1. We're going to decide up to what number are we going to copy. So up to 4, 1, comma, and 7. Now we're going to decide if we add 1 or not to 7. How are we going to do that? Okay, look at the next digit box. Okay, 0 to 4. If the next digit is 0 to 4, then don't do anything. Do not plus. Do not minus either. Just stay put. But if the next digit is 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, you have to raise or round it up. That means you plus 1. Add 1 to this 100 place. Okay, so since the next number is 2, so where is it? Where does it belong here? Okay, so we need to not to do anything. So what we did here is just copy, and that's right, and then change all the numbers to the right 0. So 2 will become 0 and 5, 0. So that's it. 41,700. Okay, that means 41,725 is closer to 71,700. So did we round up or did we round down? Of course, we round down because 800 is too far from 725. So we better go down to 700 than to 800 because it's too far from the original number. Okay, do you need another sample? Okay, let's try another one. 135,529. Oh, okay, this is a bigger number now. Now let's see. We will round off this number to the nearest 1,000. Okay, so first, rule number 1, decide which number you're going to copy. 1,000 is where? What digit? Okay, the 9 is in ones place, 2 is in tens place, 5 is in hundreds place, and the other 5 is in thousands place. So that means, yeah, we will work with here, thousands place. So that means we will copy this 135 below, 135,000. All right. Now, what's next? Look at the next digit. What is the next digit? It's 5. And 5 belongs to which group here? Here. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That means we add 1. So we will add 1 to the number 5 here. See, plus 1. So 5 becomes 6. Now since we have to make that 6, I'm going to erase the 5 that I've written here. But you can actually change it right away. You don't need to write 5 and then change. You can check directly if the next number is higher than 5 or not. So you don't need to erase and erase anymore. Okay, that would be a lot of work, but I just do it like this so you will see how this really works. Okay, so 5 plus 1 is 6. You see, I changed this to 6. That means we rounded up the number. Okay. Then next is, what are we going to do? All the numbers to the right change to 0. So how many numbers? How many digits after 5, after 1,000? There are 3. So 5 becomes 0, 2 becomes 0, and 9 becomes 0. So 135,529 was rounded up to 136,000. That means this number is closer to 136 than 135,000. Okay, so that's the rules, and that's the way of rounding off numbers, rounding up or rounding down. Okay, then let's try to answer this one. In here, okay, let's round this to the tens, the hundreds, and the thousands place. Okay, the technique is let's round up numbers from the tens place first. All of these numbers in the tens place. Okay, so number 1, tens is it 2 or 5? Yeah, it's 5, of course. It's 5. So we will copy from 300 at 3,600. And then 5, look at the next number. It's 2, right? So are you going to round up or round down? You will round down. So you're not going to do anything with 5. Just copy 5. And then the next digits, make it 0. Now let's try another one, the second one. 17,243. The tens place is number 4. See, this is the tens place. So that means all the digits from 10,000 place, you copy that. 1, 7, comma, 2. Now decide, are you going to round up or round down the number 4? Okay, look at the next digit, 3. That means round down. Don't do anything because 3 is less than 5. So it's still 4. And then make the 3 0. Okay, next. 305,378. Tens place here is number 7. Okay, so copy all of this. 3, 0, 5. 3 and okay, before we write 7, let's decide first, are we going to round it up or round it down? Okay, look at the next digit. It's number 8. So number 8 belongs to after 5. So after 5, 5, 6, 7, 8, we should round up the number. That means we will add 1. So 7 plus 1, that becomes 8. Okay, and then the next digit 8 here will become 0. All right. Now let's proceed to the 100. Oh, let me erase this markings over here. Okay. Hundreds place. First here, hundreds is 6, right? So we will copy 3 and 6. 3. Okay, before we write down the 6, you decide, are we going to round it up or down? The next digit is 5, so we will add 1 because we have to round up if the next digit is 5 and above. So it's 6 becomes 7, and then make all the digits after the hundreds place 0. Okay, so next number is 17,243. Hundreds place here is number 2, right? Now copy all the numbers on the right, 17,000. Okay, before you write down 2, you decide first, are you going to round it up or down? Okay, since the next digit is number 4, that means you're not going to round up, but you're going to round it down, and that means you don't do anything with number 2. So you just copy there, number 2, digit 2, and then what you're going to do with 4 and 3, we'll make it to 0. So hundreds means you should have 2 zeros on your answers. Okay. Next, 305,378. Round off to the nearest hundred. Okay, 100 is 3. Now copy all of these numbers on the right. 305,000. Okay, now decide, are you going to round up or round down number 3? Okay, the next digit is 7. Since the digit is 7, it's more than 5. We will add 1. Okay, so 3 becomes 4. Now that's 4. And then make 7 and 8 to 0. 0. Why is that 0? Because all the numbers after the hundreds place should become 0. Okay, that's how to round off. That's the rule. So now let's proceed to the thousands place. Let's erase here again. Okay, so the first number, what digit is in the thousands place here? It's 3, right? So ones, tens, hundreds, and thousands. So 3, since there's no other number after 3, or before 3, then let's just decide, are we going to round up or round down 3? Okay, since the next digit is 6, then we have to round it up. So add 1. So 3 plus 1 is 4,000. And then make all of the numbers after 1,000 0. Okay, see? 1,000 has 3 zeros, so your answer should have 3 zeros too. Okay, next number. Next number is 17,243. Okay, so where is 1,000 here? 1,000 place is 7. Okay, so we have 1 and 7. 1, before we write down 7, are we going to round up or down? Okay, the next digit is 2, so we will round down. So just copy 7 and then make all the digits after 7 0. Okay, now we are on the last number, 305,378. 1,000 place is digit 5. Now copy all of this. Numbers after thousands is 30. Now decide, are you going to round up 5 or round down? Since the next digit is 3, then that means we will round down. Okay, 3 is less than 5, so we cannot add 1. So just copy 5 over here, and then comma, and make all the 0 after thousands, make all the digits after thousands 0. Right. It's easy, yeah? If you only listen properly and internalize everything and understand, you'll get the rule, and whatever number you can deal with it, however big it is. Okay, look, we have million here. Okay, let's see if we can answer this one. Okay, name the place value of the underlined digit and round it up. Right. So the first one here, what number is the underlying number? I mean, what place value is the underlying number? The place value of this underlying number is hundreds. Oops, is it hundreds? No, it's not hundreds. Okay, so that's wrong. I need to erase that. That's wrong. It's tens. So since that is tens, the value of 4 here is 40. Yeah? Okay. So now let's round this up to the nearest 10. Okay, so copy 2 and 4. But before we write down 4, let's decide, are we going to add or just not do anything to 4, round up or round down? Since the next digit is 7, and all numbers after 5 should be rounded up. Okay, so 4 plus 1, we will plus 1 here. So 2, 5, and then 7 will become 0. So that means 247 is rounded up to 250. That means 247 is closer to 250 than 230. 230 is a little bit far than 250. Yeah? Okay. So here, let's try this million number over here. What is the place value of the underlying digit? The place value of the underlying digit is 1 is ones, 0 is tens, 0 is hundreds, 3 is thousands, 7 is 10,000s. Okay, 10,000. Okay, so that since that's 10,000s, let's round this up to the nearest 10,000s. Okay, 7 is here. So let's copy all the numbers to the left of this 7. 2,500,000. Okay, before you write down 7, decide first, round up or round down. The next digit is 3, so that means we will round down. Okay, so don't do anything with 7, just copy it. Copy 7, and then make all of the numbers after 7 0. So that's 0, 3 becomes 0, 0, 0, and 1 becomes 0. So see, the answer is 2,570,000. So the given number was rounded up to the nearest 10,000, and that is 2 rounded up to the nearest, no, rounded down to the nearest 10,000s, and that is 2,570,000. All right. Isn't it easy? Okay. So I think it's all for our discussion for today. I hope you understand, and do not forget, because we will be using this even when you grow up. You'll be using that because in everyday life we are dealing with numbers, and so rounding off is part of it. So you should not forget, and study more. See you again next time. Bye.